Allan Pinkerton, founder of the Pinkerton National Detective Agency, is seen on horseback at the Battle of Antietam in September 1862. Before the war, he thwarted an assassination plot against Abraham Lincoln in 1861. During the Civil War, he led the Union Intelligence Service, a forerunner to the U.S. Secret Service, aiding the Union effort. Fort Sumter, South Carolina, photographed in April 1861 under the Confederate flag, was where the war began on April 12, 1861. After 34 hours of bombardment, Union forces surrendered. Despite Union attempts, the fort stayed under Confederate control until February 22, 1865. Yorktown, Virginia, during the Peninsula Campaign of 1862, shows soldiers heading to White House Landing as part of the Union's effort to capture Richmond. This campaign, from May to August 1862, stalled due to resistance and logistical issues. A Confederate encampment near Petersburg, Virginia, captured in June 1864. The remnants of this camp reflect the tension and turmoil of the time. A snapshot of Washington, D.C. around 1863, from the corner of 3rd and Indiana Avenue. Trinity Episcopal Church stands in the foreground, while the unfinished Capitol looms in the distance. Though construction paused briefly during the war, it continued through the later years, symbolizing resilience. Fortifications at Yorktown, Virginia, captured during the Peninsula Campaign of 1862, showcasing the tactical preparations of war. The USS Essex, photographed in March 1863, was a 1,000-ton ironclad, originally a steam ferry. Acquired by the U.S. Army in 1861 and transferred to the Navy in 1862, it played a key role in Mississippi River operations, like capturing Baton Rouge and Port Hudson. The 150th Pennsylvania Infantry's camp at Belle Plain, Virginia, photographed in March 1862, just 3 weeks before the Battle of Chancellorsville. Morris Island, South Carolina, in mid-1863. Here, a shattered 300-pounder Parrott rifle tells the story of the immense firepower and risks of artillery warfare. A scene from the steps of the Tennessee State Capitol in Nashville, 1864. Covered guns in the foreground hint at the volatile environment of the time. Inflating the Union Army Balloon Corps' Intrepid, used for aerial reconnaissance. This hydrogen balloon was a favorite of Chief Aeronaut Thaddeus Lowe. A storefront in Alexandria, Virginia, August 1863, at 283 Duke Street, where Price, Birch & Co. traded in slaves, a stark reminder of the war's human cost. Stacked cannonballs, likely in an arsenal yard in Washington, D.C., exemplify the industrial scale of the conflict. Confederate prisoners waited Belle Plain, Virginia for transport, a somber snapshot of war's aftermath. Wounded soldiers rest near Marye's Heights, Fredericksburg, Virginia, after the Spotsylvania Battle in 1864. The CSS Stonewall, a 390-ton ironclad built in France for the Confederacy, reached Cuba in May 1865, too late for the war. Spanish authorities handed it to the U.S. government. Andersonville Prison in Georgia, photographed in August 1864. The Confederate POW camp became infamous for its horrid conditions, with nearly 13,000 Union prisoners succumbing to starvation, disease, and abuse. Union prisoners receiving rations at Andersonville Prison, viewed from the main gate in August 1864. After the Battle of Gettysburg, July 1863, dead horses surround the battered Trossel House, which had served as Union General Sickles' headquarters. The execution of Henry Wirz, commander of Andersonville Prison, on November 10, 1865, in Washington, D.C. His trial and hanging marked a grim post-war reckoning. African Americans prepare cotton for ginning on Smith's plantation, Port Royal Island, South Carolina, in 1862, a glimpse into the evolving labor systems during the war. Officers of the 69th New York Infantry pose at Fort Corcoran, Virginia, alongside Colonel Michael Corcoran. A federal encampment along the Pamunkey River at Cumberland Landing, Virginia, in May 1862, a hub of logistical activity during the war. Federal cavalry gathers at Sudley Ford, Virginia, in March 1862, following the Battle of First Bull Run, a quiet moment after the chaos of combat. The first Federal Army wagon train enters Petersburg, Virginia, in April 1865, signaling the final stages of the war's conclusion. Benson's Battery holds the line during the Battle of Seven Pines, also known as the Battle of Fair Oaks, in late May 1862. These Union forces clashed fiercely with Confederate troops led by General Stonewall Jackson. The ironclad USS Galena, shown in 1862, bears scars from a battle with Confederate batteries at Drury's Bluff on the James River in Virginia. Inside a ward of Harewood General Hospital in Washington, D.C. in 1864, patients recover as the war rages on. Harewood operated from 1862 until the war ended in 1865. White House Landing on Virginia's Pamunkey River served as a major Union supply base in 1862 during the Peninsula Campaign, bustling with activity. A black Union soldier stands guard in front of a slave auction house on Whitehall Street in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1864. The sign reading "Auction and Negro Sales" stands as a stark juxtaposition to his uniform. Rebel fortifications in front of Atlanta, Georgia, captured between 1863 and 1864, reflect the defensive strategies employed during the city's lengthy siege. African Americans gather the remains of soldiers near Cold Harbor, Virginia, in April 1865, a sobering task in the aftermath of war. Soldiers sit atop boxcars at a railroad depot in Atlanta, Georgia, in 1864. To the right is the office of the Atlanta Daily Intelligencer, captured in this panoramic view by George N. Barnard. A pontoon bridge near Petersburg, Virginia in April 1865 highlights the engineering ingenuity essential to Civil War logistics. The Tennessee Colored Batteries Camp, pictured during the Siege of Vicksburg at Johnsonville, Tennessee, in 1864, demonstrates the crucial role African American soldiers played in Union victories. A former slave, now a soldier in uniform, stands among comrades at the Army of the Potomac's winter headquarters near Fredericksburg, Virginia. The log hut behind them served as the regiment's mess house. Bodies of soldiers lie near Dunker Church in Maryland after the Battle of Antietam in September 1862, a battle infamous for being the bloodiest single day in American history. Engineers of the 50th New York Engineers build a road near the North Anna River in Virginia on May 24, 1864, highlighting the critical support roles within the Union Army. The burned district of Richmond, Virginia, viewed in 1865, includes the Capitol building across the Canal Basin. After enduring a 9-month siege, the city was evacuated and set aflame by retreating Confederate forces. The Baptist Church in Fredericksburg, Virginia, photographed on May 20, 1864, from the backyard of the Sanitary Commission Depot, stands as a witness to the devastation of 2 major battles fought in the city. The ruins of a roundhouse in Atlanta, Georgia, after the Atlanta Campaign of 1864, reflect the destructive path of Union General Sherman's infamous March to the Sea. Columbia, South Carolina, photographed from the Capitol in 1865, reveals the widespread destruction caused by the Union Army's occupation during the final months of the war. Scattered shot and shell littered the grounds of the destroyed arsenal in Richmond, Virginia, in 1865, a testament to the war's violent end. Residents walk among the ruins of Richmond, Virginia, in April 1865. Once the Confederate capital, the city endured a long siege and a devastating fire. Days later, General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox, marking the end of the Civil War.
Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.